they brought in a regulation which by F1 standards was so kind of woolly and unenforceable. I'll just read the regulations. So they're talking about these extensions from the bodywork. So it says, anything not integrated into the body's streamline that may provide an aerodynamic effect, including downforce, are not allowed. Now, my understanding of that is anything that looks like a winglet along the side of the bike should be banned. So if we first have a look at sort of the Ducati, this is very much what they introduced later last season in 2017, but this is now on the 2018 bike. And you can see that you have effectively a winglet here and another winglet lower down, but joined by a sort of an end plate effect here. And that, according to the MotoGP, that is merged into the bodywork streamlining. I personally don't agree. I think stuff like this should be banned outright. But they've found a definition that the teams and the category are happy with. And you can see that these are just providing a little bit of downward facing surface, a bit of angle attack, just to prevent the top of the bike lifting over sort of crest. The other teams run very different solutions last year. Some of them didn't look very effective by trying to hide these fins deep inside bodywork, which obviously means they just don't work as well aerodynamically. So if we flick over and have a look at the Honda, you can see Honda now have gone with some very aggressive, okay, it's very merged in very neatly at the top here with the kind of the line of the fairing around the handlebars, but you can then see that you've still got two aero surfaces, and these side surfaces are acting as vanes to try and bring the airflow back in around the bike, obviously trying to fill that void in behind the rider from the low pressure.
Would you say that was more or less legal than that of the Ducati?
Well, I think this one actually probably looks slightly worse. It's certainly not as aesthetically pleasing as the Ducati, but it's very much based on the same ideas, and Honda have been testing with this fairly consistently. Even some of the customer bikes will be running this. We then wrap onto the Yamaha, which is the next one. You can see here they've got an ever so slightly different setup, and it's much more elongated along the length of the bike. So you've got your first aero surface here and another one there. Now, Danny Aldridge wasn't happy with this design. He's asked Yamaha to make some changes. These are actually 3D printed, these elements on here, as they play about with the shapes. So Yamaha have got a bit of work to do just to make sure that they are meeting exactly what they're expecting from these regulations, but just does go to show, just how vague these regulations are and what is allowed and what isn't allowed. I actually think this looks better than the Honda and the Ducati ones, but in the view of the technical director, that's not the case.